welcome you to this 7th video on transformation of sentences. We are learning how to change between simple, complex and compound sentences. In the last video, towards the end of it, I gave you homework. 3 sentences were given, and the first among them was, I could not attend college owing to my illness. I could not attend college owing to my illness. I told you that you have to identify first what kind of sentence it is, simple, complex or compound, and then change it into 2 other types. So I could not attend college owing to illness. See the number of finite verbs. Could not attend is could attend. Not is used to make it negative. So auxiliary is could, main verb is not attend. This is one verb, could attend. Another verb is no verb is there. Owing to is not a verb. I could not attend college owing to my illness. There is only one verb and only one finite verb, so it is a simple sentence. Now we have written S. To make it complex, we have to make one finite verb more. Already could not attend is there. Now owing to my illness, this owing to my illness, out of this phrase you have to make one finite verb, and when you make a finite verb, you must bring a subject before it. So how we have written is that as I was ill, owing to my illness is changed into as I was ill, I could not attend college. That is complex. And if you make it compound, there are 2 ways. One is I could not attend college because I was ill. This because is the conjunction. 2 independent clauses, 2 simple sentences are joined. These simple sentences are I could not attend college, one. I was ill, another, and these 2 are connected with the help of this conjunction because I could not attend college because I was ill. Or you can say, I was ill, so I could not attend college. Let us see the sentences again. I could not attend college owing to my illness. Simple sentence. As I was ill, here you have this one subordinate clause. As I was ill, and I could not attend college. This is the main clause. 2 finite verbs are there. One is was, and the other one is could not attend. It is already there. So as I was ill, I could not attend college. Complex. I could not attend college because I was ill. Compound. Compound can also be written in a different way. I was ill, so I could not attend college. This is the first question out of the homework that I gave you, and second question that I gave you as a homework, that number 9 was. The number 9 is, my ambition is to serve my country. My ambition is to serve my country. What type of sentence is it? Simple, complex or compound? See the number of finite verbs. There is only one verb is, yes, another to serve. But to serve is a to infinitive. This is an example of a non-finite verb. We all know to infinitive, to serve. So is the only finite verb. Only one finite verb. It is a simple sentence. If you want to make it complex, then to serve my country, this to serve my country, this phrase should be changed into a clause. A subject should be brought here, and to serve, this non-finite verb should be changed into finite form. So you can write like this: my ambition is, this is the same. My ambition is to serve my country. That is simple. Now to make it complex, my ambition is that to serve, this non-finite verb should be changed into a finite verb. My ambition is that I should. Who will serve? It is I who will serve. My ambition is that I should serve. Here serve is no more to serve. It was to serve, non-finite verb. Here it is should serve. I should serve my country. That is complex. My ambition is to serve my country. Simple sentence. My ambition is that I should serve my country. Complex. Now the compound sentence is, I have an ambition. I have an ambition. This is one clause. And what is the ambition? To serve my country. You bring one conjunction here. I have an ambition and it is to serve my country. This is compound. I have an ambition and it is to serve my country. Compound. Let us see the three sentences again. My ambition is to serve my country. Simple. My ambition is that I should serve my country. Complex. I have an ambition and it is to serve my country. Compound. The third sentence given as homework was, in spite of poverty, he wants to help others. In spite of poverty, he wants to help others. This is one sentence. What type of sentence is it? See the number of verbs and number of finite verbs. If the number of finite verbs is only one, then it is a simple sentence. In spite of poverty, he wants. Wants is one verb and it is finite. To help is another verb, but here it is two infinitive, so it is non-finite. Only one finite verb is there, wants. So it is simple. In spite of poverty, he wants to help others. Simple sentence. If you want to make it complex, then this in spite of poverty, here you have to change. You have to make one clause here. You have to make one subordinate clause here. The main clause will remain this part because here already there is a finite verb. So this part will remain the same, and where there is no finite verb, this part should be changed into a clause. In spite of poverty, instead of saying this, you should say though. You can say though or although also. Though he is poor, this in spite of his poverty, poverty is noun, abstract noun, and its adjective is poor. Though he is poor or although he is poor, he wants to help others. This is complex. Although he is poor, he wants to help others. Though he is poor, he wants to help others. Though poor, you can omit the word he. Though poor or although poor, he wants to help others. That is complex. And the compound sentence will be, he is poor, yet he wants to help others. He is poor, this is one sentence. He wants to help others is another sentence, and they are connected with the help of this conjunction yet. He is poor, yet he wants to help others. This is compound. And here also this he, you can omit it. He is poor yet wants to help others. So he is poor yet he wants to help others. Let us see the three sentences. In spite of poverty, he wants to help others. This is simple. Though he is poor, he wants to help others. This is complex. And the compound sentence is, he is poor yet wants to help others. That is the compound sentence. So these three sentences were the homework, and we have changed each of the three into two other forms. And we will now come to the end of the practice, and now we will start doing the questions that came in the final examination. We will start from the year 2004. In 2004, in the higher secondary final examination conducted by Assam Higher Secondary Education Council, this was the question. He wants me to go, and the instruction is given, make it complex. So when the instruction is given, make it complex, you get one benefit. What is the benefit? That at least the given sentence is not complex. This is either simple or compound, that is for sure, because you are asked to make it complex. So he wants me to go. Now the question is whether it is simple or compound. It should not be complex because you are asked to make it complex. So it should be simple or compound. He wants me to, wants is one verb, to go is another. Go is non-finite because to go, it is two infinitive. Wants is the only finite verb. Only one finite verb is there, and you are asked to make it complex. It means you have to create another finite verb. How to create it? Out of this to go, this is a non-finite verb, you have to change it into a finite form. And when you do that, this me should also be changed. It should be used in its subject form. So the answer will be, he wants will remain he wants. He wants, then this that is very common in complex sentence. He wants that. Me will become I. He wants that I should go. This is simple. This is complex. So no need to write complex here because in the instruction already given. So the answer is a complex sentence. he wants me to go. Simple sentence. The instruction is make it complex, and our answer should be he wants that I should go. This was the question that came in 2004, and in the next year, in 2005, the question that came is. In 2005, the question that came was coming home. Sorry, in the same year 2004, another question came. Coming home, he began to work. Coming home, he began to work. And you are instructed to make it compound. What does this mean? This means that you have got one advantage. What is the advantage? That at least this sentence is not compound. You are asked to make it compound. It means this sentence is either simple or complex. So see, coming home, he began to work. This coming is an unfinite verb ing without verb before it. Coming home, he began to work. When you make it compound, here you have to make one independent clause, one sentence itself. And then you have to add and. You have to remove the comma. So it will be this coming. What tense should it be used into? He began its simple past. Coming should also be changed into simple past. He began, its subject is he. Coming home, the subject of the verb coming will also become the same subject he. Tense, simple past tense. The tense of coming will also be simple past tense. So it will be he came home. He came home and began to work. He came home and began to work. This is the answer. Coming home, he began to work is complex, and the answer that you are required to write is to make it compound. Compound. He came home and began to work. This is the answer. But if you want to change it into complex also, you can do that also. How to make it? When he came home. When you write when he came home, this part is a subordinate clause, because this part itself cannot stand as a sentence. This will be of some use if you add something more. When he came home, he began to work. This he began to work is the main clause, because this part can independently stand as a sentence even if the first part is not there. But this is not the case with the first part. The first part cannot independently stand as a sentence unless the second part is added. So the first part is a subordinate clause, and the second part is a main clause. Here is a finite verb. Here came is another finite verb. So this is a complex sentence. When he came home, he began to work. But the question that came in the exam is to make it compound. So if you write this answer, you have to write only this sentence. He came home and began to work. That is compound. So these were the two questions that came in the year 2004. And the next question that came in the next year, we are going to do it now. The next one not only came in 2005, it has come already 3 times. The same sentence came in 2005, again in 2008, and again in 2010. And the sentence is, in spite of his poverty, he is happy. A similar sentence we have already done, that was in spite of his poverty, he wants to help others. It is almost same. So here the instruction is, make it complex. This means the given sentence is not complex. It is either simple or compound. In spite of his poverty, he is happy. This is a simple sentence. And if you make it complex, it will be, though he is poor, or although he is poor, he is happy. Then, if you want to, for your knowledge, for your understanding, if you want to do it, if you want to make it into compound, it will be he is poor but happy. That's simple. So this question came in 2005, 8 and 10. And the next question is the one that came in 2006. These two sentences came in 2006. The first one is, he worked hard to pass the examination, and the instruction is make it complex. He worked hard to pass. To pass is a non-finite verb. There is only one finite verb, work. So to pass, this non-finite verb should be changed into finite form to make it complex. The answer is, he worked hard that he could pass the examination. Or he worked hard so that he could pass the examination. So here this is complex. To pass has become he could pass. And when you make could pass, you have brought the subject also. This is very important. He worked hard so that he could pass the examination. Complex. And next one is, I have no advice that I can offer you. I have no advice that I can offer you. The instruction is to make it simple, and the given sentence is complex, because you see, I have no advice that I can offer you. That I can offer you, here this that will be removed. I will be removed. Can offer. This should be changed into a non-finite form. In the reverse way, the way we did in number 4, a non-finite verb was changed into a finite verb. To pass was changed into he could pass. And we will do in the reverse way. Here I can offer. This finite verb will be changed into non-finite verb. It will be to offer. I have no advice that I can offer you. This is a complex sentence. And the simple sentence is, I have no advice to offer you. I have no advice that I can offer. That I can offer you. Complex. I have no advice to offer you. That is simple. You remember, this is very common practice. That I can offer you is changed into to offer you. I have no advice that I can offer you. Complex. I have no advice to offer you. Simple. So these two sentences came in 2006, and the next ones are those that came in 2007. The next sentence is similar to the one that you have already done. I have no money that I can spare. Earlier it was, I have no advice that I can offer you. Here it is, I have no money that I can spare. And this sentence has come 3 times, 2007, 2009 and 2011. I have no money that I can spare. That I can spare. This is a subordinate clause. Here there is a finite verb. Already in the main clause there is a finite verb have. In the subordinate clause, that there is a finite verb, we have to change this, we have to make it a non-finite verb, we have to remove subject, we have to remove that. So make it simple, the answer will be, I have no money to spare. This is very easy, because the previous one was also similar to this. I have no money that I can spare, complex sentence, I have no money to spare, simple. The next sentence that came in the same, it came only in 2007. This, number 6, it came 3 times. But number 7 came in 2007 only, and this is work or you will fail. Work or you will fail, that is or. 2 sentences are joined. One is work. Work is a single word, but it is a sentence at the same time. It is an imperative sentence, work. It means you work. And then you will fail, another sentence. These 2 sentences are joined with the help of a conjunction or. Work or you will fail, this is a compound sentence, and the instruction is make it complex. So this is how you can start. You can start in 2 ways. One is, if you do not work, when the sentence is work or you will fail. Work or you will fail, which means if you do not work, you will fail. Work or you will fail, complex. This is compound, and the complex sentence will be, if you do not work, you will fail. Or you can say, unless you work. If you use the word unless, it carries a negative meaning. When you use unless, the meaning of not is included. You are not to use not again. If you do not work, here we have used do not. But in case of unless, you cannot say unless you do not work. It will be a double negative. It will not convey the proper sense. Either you say if you do not work or unless you work. Next time when we will change from affirmative to negative, you will find these type of things again. So 2 ways are there to begin this sentence to make it complex. Either you say if you do not work or unless you work, give a comma, and then you say you will fail. So work or you will fail, compound, and the complex sentence is if you do not work, you will fail, or unless you work, you will fail. This one, number 7, came in 2007, and the next 2 sentences are those that came in 2008. The first one is, only those boys who are industrious can shine in life. In the instruction is make it simple. Only those boys who are industrious. Those is the plural form of that. So we have already got it that in complex sentence there is always a that clause or a WH clause. So here only those boys who are industrious. Who are industrious? That is a finite verb are. Then again can shine, another finite verb. So we have to make changes. We have to retain only one finite verb and remove one. So which one should we remove? Those boys who are industrious. Here instead of saying those boys who are industrious, we can say industrious boys. Yesterday in the previous video we got it that you were telling a story which is unbelievable. A story which is unbelievable can be said also an unbelievable story. Those boys who are industrious can also be said as industrious boys. Instead of saying those boys who are industrious, you can simply say industrious boys. So the answer is only industrious boys can shine in life. That is simple. And the next one that came in the same year, that is number 9. If you try, you will succeed. That is complex. If you try, you will succeed. Here, this is the subordinate clause. If you try, you will succeed is the main clause. You have to make it compound. You have to make two independent clauses that should be joined with the help of conjunction. And what are those two independent clauses? One is try. Earlier we got work and you will succeed. And here try and you will succeed. Try means you try. Try, the single word is itself the sentence. Try and you will succeed. If you try, you will succeed. Same thing. So if you try, you will succeed is complex, and the compound sentence will be try and you will succeed. These two sentences were those that came in 2008 and next is 2009. She not only made a promise but kept it. She not only made a promise but kept it. You have to make it simple, and then this sentence is a complex sentence. She not only made a promise but kept it. Now, what to do then? Kept it. This part will remain the same. Not only made a promise. This here made. Made is the finite verb. Kept is the finite verb. This made should be changed into non-finite form. How to make it? Remember this thing very well. You on the very first video. In the very first video on transformation of sentences, and when we discussed about simple, complex, and compound, I told you one thing that there are 3 forms of non-finite verb. One is to infinitive, another is present participle without verb before it, and the third one is past participle without have before it. Here you see made is a past participle word here, and before made there is no have, has or had. This word is not have, it is having. Having and have are not same. So before past participle there is no have or has or had, and having is again a present participle word. Having, have is the verb, ing is added, having. Before present participle there is no verb again. So this is a non-finite verb. And having made a promise, he kept it. Having made a promise, he kept it. This is simple. Its compound will be he had made a promise and kept it. Its complex form is she not only made a promise but kept it. She not only made a promise but kept it. This should be she. She not only made a promise but kept it. Having made a promise, she kept it. That is the simple sentence. And if you want to write it in compound, you will write she had made a promise and kept it. That is the compound sentence. This is not this should not be your answer, because you are asked to make only simple. This is the answer. Having made a promise, she kept it. If you say she had made a promise and kept it, that will be the compound sentence. So this was the sentence that came in 2009. Let us see the next one. These two, number 11 and 12, came in 2010, and number 11 came in 2017 also. So number 11 is, having done his work, he left the place. This is a simple sentence. Having done his work, this is done is past participle, but before it there is no have, has or had. Having this present participle, before it there is no verb. So having done his work, he left the place is simple sentence, because only left is the only verb, only finite verb. And we have to make it compound. Compound sentence will be, he had done his work and left the place. He had done his work and left the place. This is compound. If you want to make it complex, then the answer will be, when he had done his work, when he had done his work, he left the place. That will be the complex sentence. And this is the answer. He had done his work and left the place. That is the compound sentence. And the one beginning with when he had done his work, he left the place, that will be complex. But our instruction is to make it compound. So this is the answer. The next question, number 12, it came in 2010. and it is, we believe that he is innocent. We believe that there are two clauses. One is we believe, and this is the main clause, and the subordinate clause is that he is innocent. We believe that he is innocent. This second part is a subordinate clause. You have to make it simple. This means that should be removed, and he should be removed, and this subordinate, this finite verb should be removed. We believe that he is innocent is changed into we believe in his innocence. We believe in his innocence. That is simple. If you want to make it compound, then you can say he is innocent and we believe this. That can be the compound sentence. So this up to number 12. These are the questions that came in different years from 2004 to 2010, including this one came in 17 also. In the final examination conducted by Assam Higher Secondary Education Council. And this will be the end of this video, and in the next video we will continue solving the questions that came in the final examination from 2011 to 2020. Hoping to meet you in my next video. Thank you very much.